Welcome to the Herd's official YouTube channel. Make sure to like and subscribe. Don't forget to check out the Colin Cowherd podcast, all of our NFL instant reactions, and more football content.
You know, J-Mac, sometimes you're watching history and you understand it. I remember being a kid and watching Hank Aaron break Babe Ruth's record with a home run, Fulton County Stadium in Atlanta. And other times you're watching history and you're not necessarily aware of it because it's not just statistics. You are watching something that really we've maybe never seen. And I felt that watching Josh Allen last night. And that's where I'm going to start the show today. So if you didn't watch last night's game, the easiest way I would describe it is the team with the less talented quarterback that makes more mistakes lost to the team that has the much more talented quarterback that makes no mistakes. The Bills last night scored 31 points and had no turnovers. Second team in league history to start the season with 3 straight games, 30-plus points, 0 turnovers. Josh Allen, through hard work and coaching, has eliminated his only flaw, reckless. And what's remarkable is my entire life, I said this on the air many times, it's the one thing I didn't think coaches could mostly coach you out of. Because anybody I ever met in high school that was reckless at 17, if I saw them again 30 years later, they were reckless at 47. I always thought it was a DNA thing. I always thought it was just kind of a personality thing. Reckless guy early is reckless guy at 55 years old. And it shows you how humble and also how self-aware Josh Allen is. Since the start of last season, 48 touchdowns with Josh Allen, 8 giveaways. The Bills have not lost the turnover battle in a season and a half, 25 games. I mean, and he doesn't play favorites. Everybody eats. 9 different guys caught passes. I mean, I loved Andrew Luck, and we all love Brett Favre. You couldn't get the reckless out of them. I mean, Matt Stafford, the year he won the Super Bowl with the Rams, did you know he led the NFL in interceptions? Eli Manning twice beat Tom Brady. 3 times he led the NFL in picks. So I've always loved guys like Elway, who's aggressive, and Peyton Manning that's aggressive. But you can't eliminate the interceptions. To have this much talent and horsepower, and Josh is the biggest, strongest, best arm to have all this horsepower, and yet be willing to put on restrictor plates is insane. You are watching history. This makes absolutely no sense. I mean, the quarterbacks that we all love, we love the gunslinger part. And then Josh Allen came into the league and he was a bit of a gunslinger. But smart enough, humble enough, self-aware enough, realizing that's not the sport. Brady and Mahomes didn't throw picks. And so Josh Allen, with all that horsepower, with that V12 engine, it's like, now I'm going to go electric. I'm not going to do that. So he's like similar to a prodigious home run hitter that changed his swing, doesn't hit the ball quite as far, but now doesn't strike out. 2025 Josh Allen shouldn't exist. You should not be that gifted, that fast, that talented, jump over linebackers, yet he never throws interceptions. Because usually, I mean, if you have a great voice, you're singing in the car, you're singing in the shower, you may be singing professionally. You want to show it off. Usually 6'6" guys with that engine and that ability, I mean, they are letting it rip. Josh, you get all the upside and you get none of the downside. I mean, listen to this. His last 12 games, including the playoffs, 30 total touchdowns, 1 pick. That makes no sense. His ability to control, have the discipline to not just, I'm going to let it rip and throw it through that coverage is unbelievable. And last night, it may not be as visually impressive, but he is so mature now. He is so thoughtful. He is so paced, but you still get the big engine. And he talked about, like last night, you're like, oh, why isn't Buffalo putting them away? It's a different Buffalo team. The previous iteration of Buffalo was scoring 35 points. They couldn't beat the Chiefs. Like it was winning a lot. It wasn't winning the games that mattered. To win the games that matter, you can't turn it over. You got to pull back the horsepower a little bit. Here's Josh after.
I think there's obviously times throughout games where the situation dictates you to maybe put the pedal down a little bit more. And there's some times where it's like, hey, just take it easy, relax. I wouldn't say play the long game, but just understanding where you're at, within the situation of the game and not trying to force anything. We saw that tonight, just kind of staying as calm as possible, and just being prepared for any situation that we were going to be in.
They look a little bit more like Philadelphia, don't they? They just kind of squeeze you, and eventually win the turnover battle and make 2 or 3 big plays late. That doesn't mean Josh can't be a superhero. He can't put on the cape. But he is, right now, this is a Super Bowl team. I don't love their defense, but not every Brady team had a great defense. You remember that Nick Foles Super Bowl. I mean, not every team that gets to that game has a great defense. We all have to give a little once you pay the quarterback a lot of money. But what you're seeing now feels like a Super Bowl winning team. So smart. Horsepower without the mistakes. So I was reading a tweet this morning from Mike Renner. He said the tragic thing going forward for the Dolphins is that Tua's cap number is higher than Josh Allen's the next 4 years. I think there's ways to lower that. You could, you restructure it, you could cut him, whatever. But it is interesting watching Tua last night, is that NFL general managers got into this weird space for about 10 years where they convinced themselves size doesn't matter for quarterbacks. From 2017 or 2012 to 2023, Russell Wilson, Johnny Manziel, Tua, Bryce Young, Kyler Murray. Yeah, how are they all doing? Well, what about Jalen Hurts? The Eagles throw the ball less than every team in the league. Since the bye last year, they throw even less. The organization is telling you, yeah, we don't want our smaller quarterback having to look over 6-7 offensive linemen and throw. We're going to throw about 23 times a game. We're going to roll him out and throw. Even when we throw, it's not downfield now. It's a slant here, a slant there. So don't give me Jalen Hurts. The Eagles have moved off him becoming a traditional pocket quarterback. You want to know who is winning a lot of games right now? Big, tall Justin Herbert and Mahomes and Allen and Jordan Love and Lamar Jackson and Goff and Matt Stafford and Joe Burrow. Yes, offensive linemen now are 6', 7.5 regularly. Size has always mattered. Drew Brees is the exception. He is the outlier. He is the only small quarterback who had sustained greatness for 15 straight years. And Sean Payton was some of that, but mostly he was the most obsessed with accuracy quarterback of my life. Drew Brees is the outlier. Size didn't matter that much. But when I watched Tua and Josh Allen, every single time I watch them, I always think the same thing. And when they play each other on the same field, yeah, I'm going to take the bigger, stronger guy. Tua's smaller, doesn't have a big arm, don't want him in windy weather. You got to protect him. So, I mean, I guess, again, the thing that size matters in all sports. I mean, you could probably have a 6'11.5" jockey, but it would look weird and it doesn't feel right on that horse. I think your quarterbacks have to be about 6'2" and up. I'm sorry, I'll take the bigger, stronger guy. And by the way, Tua's record against winning teams in his career is 10-20. Those winning teams overwhelmingly have bigger, stronger quarterbacks with better arms. So there's a reason boxing and UFC have weight categories. So it's nothing against Tua, but I think that interception he threw, he's been playing football for too long in Hawaii, at Alabama, and Miami. I think that interception he threw to that linebacker, honestly, I don't think he saw him. Here's Tua on that game-sealing interception by the Bills.
I thought I was in rhythm in timing of the play. Seen the flat defender go over the top of Jalen. Jalen's turning around. I think that was a really good play by the defender.
I don't. I think he threw it right to him because he didn't see him. That was not a great play. It was thrown right to him. And there's things I like about Tua, but don't tell me size doesn't matter. Jockeys, quarterbacks. I want one small, one big. Just the way it is. So the Bills' Josh Allen broke Patrick Mahomes' record as the fastest guy to get 300 career touchdowns. And stay with me on this 4 or 5 minute story, but he's becoming a little bit, Josh Allen, the Leonardo DiCaprio of 2016. So we all knew DiCaprio was great. He was an all-timer. And we all know Josh is an all-timer. But it wasn't until, like the Revenant, until Hollywood said, okay, you get the Oscar. And that's Josh Allen. He now has a running game. He now has 3 legitimate tight ends. He no longer jumps over linebackers. And my hunch is, despite all the stats early, Super Bowl 60 this year will be his Revenant. It will be his moment. Leonardo DiCaprio, by the way, he didn't win an Oscar, but he was carrying the Titanic. He was carrying Wolf of Wall Street. He was jumping over linebackers. Catch Me If You Can. Very Leonardo DiCaprio centric. But it wasn't, ironically, until he talked less that Hollywood finally said, yeah, he's the best actor in the world. It wasn't until Revenant. And we were all in awe of Leonardo DiCaprio jumping over linebackers, Wolf of Wall Street, Titanic. We were in awe of him. But at the end, where's the trophy? And we were similarly in awe of Josh Allen. 400-yard games, literally outrunning safeties, running over people, jumping over people. He doesn't do that as much anymore. So my Super Bowl prediction, on February 8th, Josh Allen, J-Mac, will officially become Leonardo DiCaprio in Revenant. Here is Josh Allen on improving to 3-0.
We're obviously doing our job, going 1-0 each week. Still a lot to learn from, a lot to grow, a lot of room for growth in this group. A lot of young guys, but guys are stepping up. There's been some guys down with injuries, and guys are stepping up and making some big-time plays for us, especially on the defensive side of the ball. Yeah, I mean, it's a close unit that's, gelling together really well right now, and got to keep finding ways to win football games.
I was thinking about this. How lucky is the NFL? And the NFL doesn't get credit for this. Dads get credit for this. Parents get credit for this. And the players do. Think of the best quarterbacks in the league right now. Like Lamar Jackson, Mahomes, Josh Allen, Justin Herbert, Jalen Hurts, Joe Burrow. Just think of the top quarterbacks in the league. They're all great guys. Like, they're humble. I mean, these guys are worth $300 and $400 million. They're in their 20s. I mean, guys on Bitcoin that are still renting are unlikable. On the internet, follow X for 5 minutes after a good Bitcoin day. I mean, these guys are worth hundreds of millions. They're stars. Could Josh Allen be more likable, or Jalen Hurts, or Dak Prescott? It's unbelievable. The NFL superstar players are such likable, relatable, cool guys. Congrats to the kids. Congrats to the parents, mom or dad or both. But when I watch Josh Allen, I'm like, can you imagine being this rich? You seen his wife? Having this much talent and being coachable, reflective, smart, and, as I just said, the Revenant as of February 8th. So I watch them, and I watch one of the things about Josh Allen. He doesn't jump over linebackers like he used to, but when you play this way and you don't turn the ball over, that was always a little bit of Aaron Rodgers and Mahomes' secret sauce. I get all the upside. I don't get any of the downside. I mean, Manning threw picks, Elway's threw picks, Montana threw them, Namath threw them. Brady threw some, not many, but it was like Mahomes and Aaron Rodgers. It's like, man, you get 35 touchdowns, you get 6 picks. I mean, for Josh Allen to not, in his, what was that thing, the last 12 games, 30 touchdowns, 1 pick? I mean, he only, and here's the other thing. They've got nice weapons. Everybody 8. They got 9 guys touch the ball. They have 3 good tight ends. James Cook, I read only one time all night did they attempt a pass over 10 yards. Remember, we thought Stephon Diggs was the answer. Oh, we're going to throw downtown. We're going to be a big play offense. And with Josh Allen, they were like, no, we're not going to do that. We're not going to throw downtown as much. We're going to have tight ends, a good run game, guys in the slot we can get the ball to, and then Josh has to peel off a great run about 3 to 4 times a game. Yeah, last 12 games, including the playoffs, 3,000 yards, 30 touchdowns, and a pick. I just hope everybody gets what a good guy, what a story. You're watching history. Sometimes it's obvious. Like sometimes, oh, you broke the all-time blank record. This is history. Like what you're watching here doesn't happen. You may never see 30 touchdowns, 1 pick in a 12-game stretch ever in what's considered the better conference, the AFC.